So Bud Light, Tampax, Maybelline, Nike have all come under fire recently because they have collaborated with a known trans activist on TikTok. And I was wondering, do you think that all of the buzz and all the hate and the love, either way, will affect these businesses?
Well, generally, a business's actions affect them, especially something that controversial.
Well, yeah.
But I think your real question is, will it affect them in the long term or permanently or with lasting effect?
Yeah, so that would have been a better question. My bad. So yeah, do you think all of that will hurt their bottom line in the long run?
And for that, it goes back to the first question we answered. It depends on whether the trans movement is a fad or a variant, just a variant of humanity, or the inevitable tide of evolution, right? The next big thing.
Mm-hmm.
If the trans movement is like the web, the internet, and it becomes something that society rearranges itself around,
mm-hmm.
then they're getting in early on the ground floor of a huge social evolution, which,
right.
I mean, they're going to win huge off that. Like right. People who got in on the ground floor of the internet.
All right.
Right. But if it's a temporary fad, like pet rocks or fidget spinners or something, then they're taking their long-term brand and their vision and their company and they're tying it or anchoring it to this temporary fad that's a flash in the pan and it's going to disappear pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
All the buzz is going to die off about it. People are going to stop talking about it. Just going to fade back into the distance. Then it's just going to be like a laughable footnote in each brand's history, right? Like, remember when Bud supported the trans movement? It's like, man, dude, trans is so done. It's so gone. It's whatever. No one cares about this stuff anymore. If you're trans, great. But like, then it's just them being inauthentic, right? It's them steering their company away from their true direction
mm-hmm.
and tilting it towards some temporary fad inauthentically just to get some buzz, just to capitalize on something of the moment.
Right.
And if that's the case, if they're more towards that side of the spectrum, that's going to hurt their bottom line. They're going to lose loyal fans and never get those fans back.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's the evolution side of things, then maybe they'll get a little hate, but overall they're going to win big. And if it's somewhere in the middle, I mean, who knows, right?
Right.
But you got to vibe it out. Like, some companies support LGBT authentically because them and their staff are kind of into that and they have family members on that. And it's a really sincere thing.
Yeah.
And they really do support and they're looking to make some impactful, positive changes for that group. But other brands just throw up a rainbow flag anytime they can, pretending to support this cause or this group. And really, they're just trying to like suck money out of them.
Like during Pride Month, this is when that's very obvious. Yes.
Yeah. And so the ones that do it authentically, it works for them. Their brand benefits and people love them and it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that do it inauthentically and just for a money grab, they might make some money. I don't know. But it's generally does not go well for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it depends.
So you probably only time will tell then, I guess.
Yeah. But like I said, you can vibe it out. Like, even though time hasn't passed,
mm-hmm.
when someone throws a rainbow on their company avatar during Pride Month, I can usually vibe it out if this is authentic or inauthentic.
Yeah.
And so same for Bud or Nike or whoever you're talking about. Yes, time will tell. But at the same time, I don't think it's too tricky to vibe out if these brands are being authentic with what they're doing.
Right.
If they're staying aligned to the brand and their vision and their direction all along, or if they're tilting off and hopping on to whatever bandwagon they can to suck more money out of people.
Well, I agree with what you're saying. And in my personal opinion, many of these companies are doing just that. And in the case of Bud Light, the marketing director or VP of marketing who was in charge of the collaboration with the trans activist knew what she was doing and said, like, we are steering us away from the frat brothers, the frat boys type of consumer and moving towards this way. And to me, like, you're alienating your target audience, the people who made you what you are, to jump on this bandwagon to be like everyone else. And I could be wrong. And this is only my gut feeling, my instinct, and from what I got from all the research that I did on this. So I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. And I know for myself, as a queer woman, I do support companies who are honest and clearly and feel genuine to me that they're supportive of my community versus those who feel to me that they're not. So I guess it's going to have to be an individual decision for you. So
yeah, and you can always just check the stocks. I think Disney Plus lost 4 million subscribers announced today or something.
Yeah. Bud Light also has gone down, as has Tampax. And I'm not sure about Nike. I didn't really research that too much. So, well, thank you for your opinion. And your opinion on business always means a lot to me since you have so much experience being an entrepreneur. You've had more businesses than I have.
I've had more businesses than anyone. And not in a good way. Damn.
Oh, I'm just saying, like I was saying today to somebody who was crying about failure of their first and only business. I'm like, girl, you have no idea. But anyway, that's a whole other topic. But I do value your opinion because you failed so many businesses, you know what not to do. So that's why I put this question in too, is because you would know, you would know. So thanks. I really appreciate it. And I value your opinion.